Hello YouTube, it's Peepler7, purple butterfly peepler.blogspot.com. I got a new toy. I got a set of Curlformers. And I figure my first time using them will be a tutorial of sorts. Now, the first thing you do is you have to get it nice and ready. You have the hook for the hair. Little tricky thing, it comes in two pieces you have to put together, and for it to fit back in your kit you're supposed to take it apart but not twist it. So just try to pull it apart. I found out that can be very difficult to do, so I got no problem leaving them in there. And then you're supposed to slide the hook through the Curlformer itself. If you go by the directions, you'll find that's very difficult to do, but if you follow it this way, put it on your thigh, and just push it straight down, easy peasy. Alrighty then, and since mine comes with two, I'm going to do two. Now, you remember a couple of days ago I put my hair in a braided inch micro braid format, so you can tell the braids are still there, and it's in a twist out, which means basically I don't need to do anything to it to curl it. However, as you can tell, look, perfect formation on the curls, perfect formation on the curls, one frizzy dizzy. So those are the ones I'm going to put the Curlformers on, so that way it'll look at least like the rest of them. My hair is still moisturized, so I'm just going to take some water and spray that. Because for one, I understand this method is difficult to get the curl to form unless there's some kind of moisture. And it says make sure the hook is facing straight up, which I have done. But since I'm doing this on my own, I'm going to make sure it's also very close to the scalp before I start pulling. Ta-da! And I'm done. Just that easy. Wow, that was fast. Look at that. And you can see the hair in the little curl formation, so supposedly that'll give you a perfect curl. I'll know in about 15 minutes. Because whenever I curl or roll individual braid sections, that's all it takes to dry from a mist. Now I'm going to take my other hook, which I've already put a former on, and make sure it's facing up, and then slide that into position the way I'm supposed to. Well, actually, I'm going to get it close to my scalp, because from what I understand, the closer it is to your scalp, the tighter the curl formation is. That was even faster than the first. Look at that. And that's not coming out. And I believe it's soft enough to sleep in. I did find out really, really quickly that you need to take these off the right way or it will hurt. Okay. So we're going to thread another one. I'm just going to grab a section and stick it in there just so I can show you how to remove it. So it's not actually going to matter if it's perfect or not, which is good because there's like a whole 2 inches from my scalp. But anyway, you apparently have to grab the in here and squeeze it. Supposedly it's supposed to come right off when you do that. But I found out squeezing it is not as easy as it sounds. So I'm sticking my finger in there. And then squeeze it, and then slide it clean off. And that is how I'm going to be removing those. But anyway, one thing I did want to say, everyone I know that has Curlformers have bought the, looks like antennas. Okay, everyone I know that bought these have bought the pink and orange ones, and then they complain that the curl is too big. Well, I generally like any roller I use to give me the natural effect that I tend to go for with my own hair, like a twist out. So I got the narrow ones. See? Here's my hair. There's the curl pattern it makes. And there's the Curlformer, which is basically the same size curl. So what I did though, because they have two of these. These are the long and narrow, but they also have a short and narrow, which makes no sense because if your hair is 9 inches or longer, The short narrows won't do any good. These are for hair that's 9 inches up to 14 inches. It will actually stretch out to 14 inches. And, you know, it will give you curl definition and everything just like a twist out. So I'm told you will see a results video very shortly, and we'll know for sure. Rest assured, we'll know for sure. I do have to tell you, it's not uncomfortable, but it's like it's tickling me right at the root. So I'm probably going to take some water and just spray right at the root just so that tickle feeling would go away. And then I'm going to do something to keep it from looking like alien. Anyway, I'm thinking maybe I can, that's a good idea, take a headband. Hold on. Yeah, I could just hold it out the way with the headband. I accidentally knocked off all my gear, so you know. But the headband is actually holding it out the way, so that way it can't keep hitting you in the face. Especially since this product, since it's made for longer hair, will literally knock me in the face if I had a head full of it, so I'm going to have to find a way to keep it out the way like I just did with my headband. Then when I get ready to go to sleep, it won't matter because, you know, you'll be asleep, you won't care, and then there'll be a silk scarf over it. But I like the texture of them, and I've heard good things about them, and I've always wanted some, whether they work or not. Basically, when I say it's a new toy, I mean just that. It's a new toy. I can say, yep, I got some of those. And people say how they work, and I'll be able to tell them exactly how they work. But the reason I bought them, I figure on days I don't feel like doing a twist out, or I just want something quick, or just a spiral here and a spiral there, boom, I'm ready to go. So if you don't want small spirals like your twist out, then you might want to get the bigger size. Me, I very rarely, if ever, make big curls. So to buy a curling format or attribute or product rather that makes big curls would do no good. I mean, on the few occasions I want a big curl, I have a really big curling iron. But if that's what you do, then that's on you. But since I tend to want my hair to look the way God made it, and that's usually a small curl, but I do desire neatness in my curl pattern, so even if I use a product like this to imitate my curl pattern, I'm still going to want it as small as my curl pattern. I know some people that will buy the bigger ones just so they can have a choice. You know, this time I have a wave, this time I have a spiral, this time I have a curl, this time I have a zigzag. And that's great. But for what these things cost, I'm going to go with the format that will best represent me on a daily basis. And that's why I got this size. Oh, by the way, I found out these are washable. You could use regular water, shampoo, whatever, and they will spring back to the format that, you know, you have here and end up looking like this. And supposedly, if there's ever a problem, you know, you have customer service and they can fix that. The email I got told me that it was still being processed, but here it was on my door today. So that's what I'm doing right now. I have the Curlformers in there. I'm going to let them dry for at least 15 minutes. This paperwork, which is in a couple of different languages, 5 different languages, says let dry. And then to remove the Curlformer, hold the Curlformer at the end nearest the scalp, use both hands, and I already showed you how to do that. But it doesn't say how long to let it dry. And since I know my hair, I'm going to let my hair dry as long as it takes for my hair to dry. I'm off work currently, so I might just go ahead and put some of these all throughout my hair and let it dry overnight. Except for these 2 that I did for this demonstration, I'll be back in 15 to 30 minutes to show you the results of that. Y'all stay blessed. Bye now.